That wasn't that spicy.
I know it wasn't that spicy. You ready for an actual spicy question?
Sure.
Okay, all right. Would you be willing to rebuild the Bridge of Destiny?
Um, I try not to take really absolutist positions on anything.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I think the short answer to that would be yeah, but like, uh, it really just depends on a lot of things.
I'm a
Like,
guy. I'm a guy. I'm a
I want
guy.
to
I'm a guy.
see more information come out during this trial.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've had people privately reach out and relay things to try to like dissuade me from uh rebuilding any kind of bridge. Like I to be honest with you, I don't know if that bridge is still open. He ended up like blocking me on Twitter. I'm not exactly
Mm.
sure why. It might have been because I reacted to a Willie Mac video.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you
And
why actually. It's because he explicitly said during stream at some point that uh he claimed that you said in 5 years, only in 5 years, that you would forgive Destiny, and Destiny said, "Fuck that shit." So I don't want Hutch to come back. So fuck Hutch. I
uh
think that's what Destiny said. Yeah, like
oh,
he said that
I
you
didn't say that.
said. Oh, you didn't say that, or didn't imply it? You
No,
sure you didn't
someone in my
imply
chat.
anything
No,
similar?
no, someone in my chat asked me like, somebody in my chat asked me the same question. Like, would you ever rebuild that bridge? And
Mm-hmm.
I think the answer I gave was like, I don't know. I didn't even really think about it. I was just off the top of my head. I'm like, I don't know, maybe like if some time passes, and then I put a number on it. But I wasn't saying like it has to be 5 years or something like that. I was just sort of giving a hypothetical. Like
Mm.
I'm in recovery. I go to like NA meetings and stuff, and so I know a lot of people that have made a lot of mistakes and then got on a better path and these people are like close friends of mine, and they've
Mm-hmm.
made some like really awful mistakes. So like
Okay.
even when people do like really bad things, I put distance there because we were never really close like that,
Mm.
and it was just kind of like a reputational hit to be associated with any of that radioactive stuff. And so
Right. Right.
that
Right.
I don't regret that, but I think maybe
Mm-hmm.
I regret in retrospect like
How you
talking about the
handled.
particulars.
Right. Right.
But yeah, I
That
don't really
th
think about that too much.
that was what I was actually going to ask you about next, was because someone in my chat basically mentioned that you said you regretted how you handled the Destiny commentary, or how you handled the Destiny situation at the time. Have you ever said that before? Can you confirm?
Yeah, I think I might have said it today or yesterday.
Okay.
But like I was careful because I didn't want to turn it into like a content farm.
Uh-huh.
But I just got asked the question so much because we had
Right.
collaborated during the 2024 campaign,
Right, of
and
course.
so I was just getting people in my chat every day like asking about the situation, and so there was no way
Mm-hmm.
that I couldn't like comment on it. But I think like yeah, in retrospect, it might have been better just plainly say like I'm gonna put distance there, and I'm just gonna wait to see like how this plays out,
Okay.
and that's a completely defensible thing. But what I did was I started to, some of the early information that started coming out was
Mm-hmm. Was pretty
pretty
bad.
damning on its face, like
Yeah.
very on it,
Mm-hmm.
like on its face, and so
Right.
that was enough for me to like comment on that. But there
Mm.
have been some things that have come out. I don't pay a lot of
Right.
attention to what's going on with the Pixie stuff, but people link me
Mm-hmm.
because they still think that I'm associated with him. And so
Right.
I've looked at some of the transcripts or whatever. I've looked at some of the how the court cases played out, and it's
Mm-hmm.
made me look at some of the stuff in a different light. I still have like I mean there's I just I don't know how to get into this. Like there are decisions that he made that I certainly wouldn't make, and there's like
Oh,
still things that he did
right.
that I'm not a big fan of. And like if we
Mm.
were friends in real life, like I would probably like share my opinion and and do that sort of thing. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um,
Okay, yeah.
yeah,
Basically, the position of me and the community broadly, okay, not everyone, broadly, is that Destiny has done something wrong, that he didn't get explicit consent for sharing the nudes, so therefore he did do something wrong there, but his haters are basically more cringe. So that's basically my position on it at the very least. Obviously
yeah, and
nobody
I
asked,
just really
okay, but
I
yeah,
just
just
felt
letting you
really
know.
really bad for I felt really really bad for Pixie. Like
Sure.
I just imagined what that sort of like if I woke up one day and there were like those kind of videos of me
Mm-hmm.
just out there for people to see, that would just really break me. I know that would be really tough for me to deal with. And so when I put myself in her shoes, I just felt like, oh man, I met her and she's like really sweet in real life. And you know,
Mm-hmm.
and so despite like all the sort of revelations that have come out like during the trial, like I still definitely feel very bad for her to have to go through that experience. And I don't think, obviously Destiny didn't do it maliciously, and so like I've never had that thought that he did this
Mm-hmm.
thing maliciously, but I
Okay.
do think he was a bit irresponsible. And but yeah.
Okay. Um.
But
Okay.
listen, I just
Okay.
wanted to, stop by and say what's up. But listen, I'm putting together a team. Like we got to get a team going of like
Okay.
fucking strong liberals. All right. So like you're in the network now, and maybe we can have some conversations in the future and try to like build up a movement of. I just want people to be rational. That's like be rational, be pragmatic. Have goals, have dreams, all that. That's great. Have aspirations, but just be pragmatic. And we need
Uh,
all the help we can get.
Broadly speaking, sure. But just know that I'm just a slop tuber, dude. I'm just a fucking drama slop tuber, you know? I mean, like, fuck. I mean, I admire you, but, it'll okay, all right. But I'm just letting you know that I'm not exactly a political YouTuber. I am a very strong liberal, that's for sure. I do talk about politics a lot, but I'm not
Well, you
really
agree with me,
connected.
so you agree with me, so I assume you're like really smart. So
Well,
it's
I
not
mean,
funny. It's
like,
not a joke.
I, hey, no, no,
You're
no, it's
automatically
not
like,
funny or a
I would
joke.
say you're automatically like, pretty.
I'm just flustered. I'm just like I'm a little bit starstruck. You know what I mean?
That'll wear off. Don't worry about that. That's
Yeah, I
fine.
know. It will wear off. Okay, listen. I remember when Surefat Otaku first appeared in my chat. I was fangirling until I got to be friends with the guy for 2 years, and then now I just make fun of him. So I totally get it. Yeah.
Well, cool. Good luck with your stream, and keep doing what you're doing.
Oh yeah, I got like several more questions to ask you, but I can ask them to you later. Is that okay?
No, hit me real quick. I'm just gonna go to bed
Okay.
soon, but it's yeah, I got a little bit of
Okay.
time.
Okay, I don't want to keep you. Oh. Are you saying ask them now or ask them later?
No, you can hit me with them now.
Okay.
I got a few minutes. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Okay, so as a professional Hutch and Destiny dick sucker, okay, I have to ask the question. Um,
Hmm.
how willing are your co-hosts of Live and Learn willing to get back together with Destiny?
Oh, I'm not gonna speak for them.
Yeah.
We don't talk about it. It doesn't
Hmm.
ever come up. Yeah.
Right, right. And it's not a good idea to talk about either. It's definitely a very sensitive subject for them. I'm assuming. Yeah.
Um, it just doesn't come up. We just don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Quick question. Another quick question is, Destiny covered your debates, with the Vanguard and such and such, right?
Yeah, I
Um,
watched it. I watched his reaction to that.
right, right. And what did you think about it?
Him and me have always lined up a lot on politics. Like
Sure.
I've always I've had some disagreements maybe here and there, but very broadly, like we're
Right.
kind of on the same page about a lot of
Yeah.
stuff. Um,
Yeah. I mean, this Destiny guy, I don't know who he is, but he seems to be a fan of yours. Right.
yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, okay. All right. I was just wondering these things. I don't know, more questions will probably pop up. Just we've been fucking meat watching your debates for like the last week. Um, with the Vanguard and then with like other people and such. So we've been keeping up with your content for sure.
Well, I
We're updated on the
appreciate it. I
Hutch
mean,
lore.
I really feel like this is the best time to have these conversations now, while we're
Yeah.
still kind of removed from the midterms.
Mm-hmm.
Like once we get closer to the midterms, I'm sure I'll shift my focus and kind of probably tone it down a little bit. But
Yeah.
I really feel like it's important to push back against. My sense of things is like that kind of politics has been
Mm-hmm.
just the dominant sort of narrative. on
Right.
social media for years, for like 10
Okay.
years now. And I didn't really I had like I was uncomfortable with a lot of stuff back in 2019 and 2020, and I don't think I was like
Mm-hmm.
consciously doing it, but I subconsciously like pulled punches and held back, and because I think maybe I just didn't want to like ruffle any feathers, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe I sensed that like bucking them in any kind of way, that I mean they get
Yeah.
vicious, like crazy vicious,
Yes.
like just as vicious as MAGA. And
Yeah.
they think that because they're, in their minds, they're morally correct about like a
Right.
lot of things, but particularly these days about like Israel Palestine. And they think that because they have like the morally correct position, that anything is justified. So that means they can, make CPS jokes when the government gets
Right.
called on Ethan's house. And
Sure. Yeah.
to me, that's like sociopathic behavior.
Yeah.
And I think it's just nuts. And so it's like somebody has to, I'm not the only one doing it, right? But like I just feel like people have to like talk about this and call it what it is, and and push back against it, because if nobody does, they're gonna set the terms for what people think of when they think of left-wing politics. If people
Yeah.
get their politics from social media and all they're seeing is stuff from these guys, because these guys just have such a bigger presence than liberals or center left or anything like that,
Yeah.
then I think that distorts, I think, what the median Democratic voter believes in. They think of Hassan, and they think of these crazy takes when they think of left wing politics, and that
No,
that
no, no,
really
no.
I
Don't get me wrong. I think one of the Democrats' biggest mistakes, and you know that I'm good faith because I'm criticizing Democrat from a Democrat perspective, is that I think that the Democrats have fallen for the leftist trap, where the leftists use their communist politics, progressive shit as a venue to gain friends, as a social club. Um, and Democrats think that that is something that a lot of Democrats actually care about. So they have basically captured Democrat attention, right? Which is the problem, right? Like, I don't think as many people care about trans rights as they think they do. I don't think people care about Palestine as much as they think Democrats do. Um, and it kind of sucks. I actually do think that it's because of the leftists that we have probably lost the election, because of this like PR pro inclusiveness culture kind of messaging, that we might have lost the election to Donald Trump, right? Because we're too afraid to be aggressive.
well,
Um,
I think we should be
yeah.
pro inclusive. Like I'm not ready
No, I
to.
agree with you.
I don't,
I agree with
I don't
you.
think we should
Yeah.
give that up, but
Sure.
I agree with you. I think this
Yeah.
space really does matter. I think we're past the point where somebody can say that the internet is not real life. I think these people
Mm-hmm.
have, collectively, especially when you put all their audiences together. I mean, this is like millions of people, and I do think that they could have made a difference in 2016 and 2024.
Yeah.
And you
Well,
know,
Hassan could have told his followers to vote for Kamala Harris. That's for sure. Right?
It's
Fuck.
not, but it's
Yeah.
not, it's not like what I wanted to say was like, I forgot what I was going to say, but like what I wanted to say is like,
Yeah.
it's not even about ideology. Like, I don't care if you're a communist. I don't think like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Sure.
I don't like communism, but like, I'm willing to have a conversation, not even just willing, like I enjoy having conversations, like friendly debates about this versus that. That's not the issue at all to me. It's just
Mm.
when I see, if you're a communist or if you're a liberal, whoever, when I see people making these like really insane arguments that they sound like punchy on social media, but when you
Mm-hmm.
like critically unpack and examine these things for more than 2 minutes, they just fucking fall apart. Like
Right.
I mean, the whole Mansion Cinema thing got like, we kept on harping on that, but that was just like, I felt like that their attitude on the Mansion Cinema stuff just tells you a lot about their politics generally. Like they have this view where, you gotta do the moral thing and the virtuous thing every single time and every single step of the way. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
matter if it's like a fucking meaningless amendment, like this whole AOC thing, this meaningless amendment when she voted against the bill, and they're
Yeah.
just ripping her to shreds over this thing. It's just, you know, it's all kind of tied into this
Yeah,
philosophy of politics
bro,
that they have,
bro,
you
I'm
know.
calling it. I'm calling it. Zoran is gonna be the next AOC. That's what's gonna happen. You know, AOC was torn apart by lefties, right? Discarded by the leftist movement, and then eventually, I think what will happen is that Zoran is building his base more and more. I think as he's trying to appeal towards more and more moderate people, I think what's gonna happen is that he's also gonna be discarded by the lefties. I think the exact
Oh yeah,
same thing
no,
is gonna
they're
happen.
it's only
Yeah,
a matter of time. They're gonna
yeah.
rip him to shreds about something. But it was something I was talking about on the stream today, and it's more than just